We have all felt it, that ache in the soul for a sun that will not break through the clouds. We search for happiness as if it were a treasure buried on a distant shore. But I have learned that the gold is not out there, but in here. Stay with me through this journey, because the last thing I have to share is the one lesson that cost me the most to learn, and the one that will give you everything. Embrace sorrow. You cannot know the warmth of a hearth fire if you have not first been chilled to the bone. You see, we are taught to run from pain, to put a mask on our face and declare to the world, I am fine. But there is no life, no real, true, deep down in the marrow life, without the full spectrum of feeling. To seek a life of only sunshine is to wish for a desert. Nothing grows there, my dear. Nothing. The heart must be tilled like soil, and sometimes the tilling is violent. It is the sharp plow of grief, the turning over of loss, the harrowing of disappointment. It hurts. Of course it hurts. We are told that tears are a sign of weakness, but I am here to tell you that tears are a cleansing rain. They are the body's way of releasing the storm that rages within. Let it rain. Do not build a dam against your own humanity. When sorrow comes to visit, and it will, you must be a gracious host. You invite it in. You pour it a cup of tea. You sit with it at your kitchen table and you say, I see you, I acknowledge you. You do not ask it to stay forever, but you do not shove it out the door the moment it arrives. Because in looking that sorrow in the face, you learn its contours, you learn its weight. And in learning its weight, you discover your own strength for having carried it. Happiness is not the absence of sorrow, but the ability to feel that sorrow, to let it move through you, and to not let it become your permanent address. It is a visitor, not a resident. You learn that a heart that has been broken is a heart that has been opened. It is a heart that has more room now, more capacity for compassion, more understanding for the other souls walking this earth with their own invisible burdens. So when the ache comes, do not fear it. Greet it, learn from it, and then when it is time, you thank it for its lessons and you show it the door. That is courage. The mistake we make is believing that happiness is a steady state, a placid lake. It is not. It is the ocean. It has tides. It has moments of great calm where the surface is like glass, and it has moments of tremendous, crashing waves. To be happy is to learn how to be a worthy vessel, a ship that can navigate both the calm and the storm. You strengthen your hull with courage, you patch your sails with hope, and you navigate by the stars of your own integrity. You do not curse the storm. You do not resent the waves. You learn to sail. And that in itself is a profound and active joy. It is the joy of resilience, the joy of survival, the joy of knowing you are strong enough for the voyage. Choose joy. Now, after you have sat with your sorrow, you have a choice. This is perhaps the greatest power we are given as human beings. The circumstances around you may be dire. The world may be shouting its chorus of despair. People may try to hand you their own bitterness to carry. And you have the divine authority to say, no. Joy is not a feeling that floats down from the heavens and lands upon you like a feather. It is a decision. It is an act of spiritual defiance. It is a flag you raise in the face of everything that would try to tear you down. I have known days so dark I thought the sun had been extinguished for good. And in those moments, I had to choose. You wake in the morning, and you can choose to put on the heavy, scratchy coat of resentment, or you can choose to clothe yourself in the light fabric of gratitude. It is a conscious choice. You can focus on the one door that is closed in your face, slamming shut on your fingers, or you can turn around and see the 1,000 windows that are open, with a breeze of possibility flowing through. You must actively turn your head. You must actively look for the light. Some people believe that to be joyful in a world full of suffering is to be naive or uncaring. I say the opposite is true. To choose joy is the most courageous form of rebellion. It is to declare that despite the evidence, despite the pain, despite the injustice, you will not be defeated. Your spirit will not be crushed. Laughter is a holy music. It is a testament to the resilience of the human soul. You must find reasons to laugh, even if you have to create them yourself. Laugh at the absurdity of it all. Laugh with a friend until tears stream down your face. Fill your home with the sound of it. This is a daily practice, like breathing. You must remind yourself to do it. Some days it will be harder than others. Some days the choice will feel like lifting a mountain, but you must try. You say to yourself, "Today I will look for one beautiful thing." It may be the way the light filters through a leaf. It may be the taste of a fresh glass of water. It may be a line in a poem or a song on the radio. You hunt for it. You become a detective of delight. You train your heart to see the grace that is always, always present, even when it is hiding. Choosing joy is not about ignoring the darkness. It is about turning on a lamp in the middle of it. Find grace. Grace is a word we don't use enough. It is different from happiness. Happiness can be fleeting, a reaction to an event. But grace is a state of being. It is an awareness of the unearned beauty that surrounds us. It is the quiet understanding that you are a part of something much larger, something wondrous. To be happy every day, you must learn to find grace in the small, forgotten corners of your life. It is there, I promise you. It is waiting to be noticed. It is in the mundane. We are so busy chasing the grand gesture, the big win, the mountaintop experience, that we walk right past the miracles at our feet. The miracle of a body that breathes on its own, a heart that beats without instruction. The miracle of the sun rising again, a promise renewed every single morning without fail. The miracle of a seed that knows how to become a flower. We have become numb to the astonishment of it all. Your job is to resensitize your soul, to wake up. Start with your senses. What do you see right now? Not just the clutter or the unfinished tasks. Look at the color of the wall, the shape of a cup, the dance of dust motes in a sunbeam. What do you hear? Beyond the noise of traffic or the television, listen for the hum of the house, the whisper of the wind, the sound of your own breathing. What do you feel? The texture of your clothes against your skin, the warmth of a mug in your hands, the solid ground beneath your feet. This is not idle daydreaming. This is the practice of presence, and in presence there is grace. This is how you build a reservoir of peace within yourself, so that when the storms of life come, as they will, you have a deep, quiet well to draw from. You do not have to go searching for it outside of yourself. It is already there, cultivated by your attention. Find grace in the people you meet. Every person carries a story, a universe of experience within them. Look at the stranger you pass on the street not as an obstacle, but as another soul on a similar journey. Offer a smile. It costs you nothing, and it might be the one moment of grace that person receives all day. Grace is recognizing the divine in the ordinary, and the ordinary is everywhere. Build bridges. You are not an island. You were not meant to be. Happiness cannot fully blossom in isolation. We are a human family, connected by invisible threads of shared experience, shared hope, and shared sorrow. But we live in a time where we are encouraged to build walls, to retreat into our own small fortresses of belief and identity. And these walls, which we think will protect us, become our prisons. The lonely heart cannot be a happy heart. To be happy, you must be a bridge builder. It takes courage to be a bridge. It means stretching yourself from your own bank of understanding over to someone else's. It means bearing the weight of new perspectives, of different experiences. It is not easy. It is far easier to stay on your own side and shout across the chasm. But the joy is in the connection. The joy is in the realization that the other person who you thought was so different also knows fear, also knows love, also wishes for their children to be safe. You find the common ground. Forgiveness is the most powerful material you can use to build a bridge. It is often misunderstood. Forgiving someone does not mean you condone what they did. It does not mean you erase the wrong. It means you release the poison of resentment from your own heart. Resentment is a fire that burns you, not the other person. You are drinking the poison and waiting for them to perish. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. It is you saying, "You no longer have power over my peace. I am taking my heart back." You build a bridge back to yourself. And you must learn to build a bridge to your own past. We all have a younger self who made mistakes, who was foolish, who was broken. We carry that person around, and sometimes we whip them with criticism and regret. You must turn to that younger you, and you must extend a hand of compassion. You must build a bridge of forgiveness to them and say, "You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. I forgive you. Come walk with me into the future. When you are at peace with your own past, and you are open to the humanity of others, your heart becomes a meeting place. And a meeting place is always, always filled with the potential for joy. You come into this world with a voice. And I am not just speaking of the sounds you make with your throat. I mean your unique, unrepeatable, divine spirit. The world will try to silence it. It will tell you to be smaller, to be quieter, to fit in. It will put you in a cage of expectations. But you have a sacred duty to sing anyway. True, deep-rooted happiness is found in the act of expressing the song that you and only you were meant to sing. The caged bird sings of freedom. And in the singing it finds a taste of it. Your song is your liberation. It is your soul made audible, made visible. Find what makes your spirit sing and do that. Do it not for applause, not for money, not for fame, but for the sheer, unadulterated joy of the act itself. And that joy will become a light that no darkness can ever truly extinguish. I had to pause the video several times just to sit and breathe. The part about inviting sorrow in for tea, that broke me open in the best way. For years I've been trying to fight it, but you've made me realize I just need to listen to it. What is one way you all are choosing to sing anyway today? I need some inspiration.